The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Grow420 here on NOK Network. Episode 18 of May 28th, 2024. I'm your joint host, Ron McNabb, also known as the Forgetful Stoner. And we're going to start things off a little different today. You guys already know what the episode's all about. It's all in the description of the episode. What I didn't include in the description was the fact that this episode is going to be dedicated to someone in the Canadian cannabis community, probably one of the biggest activists out there. We lost him. Well, we didn't lose him. He lost the battle to cancer. But his name and his legacy and what he started, man, it's already exploding. I see big things happening. I really do. It's too bad he wasn't around here now to see laws change. But he was here to see the expansion of what he started. And that was so awesome. So, as I said, this episode will be dedicated to him. And I'm going to play a video here right now of Neil Magnuson, of the Vancouver creator and founder of the Vancouver Downtown East Side Cannabis Substitution Program. Those who have been following here, I've been showing a public service announcement that was put together by Glenn Wells, who was the host. It's been a tough time. Neil passed Sunday morning, 2:20 a.m. BC time. So that would have been 5:20 my time. I was actually on live that night, live in the garden. And part of that's the subject of today's show, when we went live in the garden. But what I want to do now is I want to play a video of Neil singing "Oh Cannabis." It's from It's from 2016. So this was pre-legalization. Keep that in mind. But just because we have legalization, you know very well what I preach, and that's what the same message that Neil preached was that we don't have legalization, we have legalization, which they've been able to been able to make their lies legal. The restrictions that are on this plant still need to go. 100%. This needs to be the most easily accessed plant ever. And it's not that way right now. It may look that way, but I urge you, take a little further, deeper look, and you will see it's nothing like what you think it is. And I'm also speaking to the people who don't even consume, because I think it's more important for them to even know what's going on with this, because there's a whole lot of corruption, a whole lot of greed, and a whole lot of harm and death being left in its wake. And Neil was a true larger-than-life activist, not just for cannabis, but for the freedoms and rights of every individual. For the last several years, he's been working right in the front lines, the Vancouver Downtown East Side. For the last 3 years, I believe it is, they've been working out of an RV, helping people get off of the hard drugs and other addictive substances and such through the use of cannabis, more specifically high-dose edibles. So what we're going to do is we are going to play the Neil Magnuson singing No Cannabis first. We'll play that again probably just before 420, which is in about 10 minutes. And then we will play the public service announcement as well. So here we go. Make sure you get the box of tissues ready.
You guys want some free weed?
Hopefully it's not playing through double.
Let's get this underway. What do we got for time? We are right there. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. With healing powers, it helps our eyes to see. And with glowing joints, we make the point that the true north should be free. And with wise red eyes, we criticize the war against our family.
I apologize, it's slowing down here.
God keep us now from the police. Oh, Canada, we stand here high and proud for this. Oh, Canada, the sacred plant of peace. Thank you very much. We are just minutes away from 420.
All right.
And there you go. Well, I got to catch this before it.
A student in one of my borderline personality disorder classes recently asked.
Here we go. Sorry about that, folks. Just got to get this to stop. There we go. And we're back. So there you have it, folks. That was Neil Magnuson, none other than the great Neil Magnuson singing "O Cannabis," our plant's national anthem. Our plant anthem, not just it's. Yeah, there you go. Because this plant has saved many, many, many lives. Will continue to save many, many lives. And through all of Neil's work, he has touched the hearts and lives of many. I said probably hundreds, probably or thousands or tens of thousands. It could possibly be over 100,000. Like, there's been so many people that have been affected positively by his life and the example that he showed. So what we're going to do now is we are going to play the cannabis substitution program public service announcement. So I will go off camera for about a minute, and Glenn Wells, who is now taking over Neil's, he was the producer of Neil's weekly THC show, and Glenn is now taking over as host, with some of the other staff assisting in the production side of things for the show. But it's great to hear that they're going to be continuing on with the show. And in fact, tonight they are having a big smoke-in at the store down in the Vancouver downtown east side. So if you are out there, I think the address, if I'm not mistaken, is 157 East Cordova. If I don't want to give incorrect information, you can always contact Cannabis Culture or Glenn Wells. Make sure it's on Facebook, the one with the blue, a verified blue check mark, and he will get that information off to you. But in the meantime, here is the public service announcement that explains a little bit of what they do. And we will be back in a moment, and we will replay the old cannabis, and then we'll smoke in the 420 for Ontario and dedicate that to Neil. So here we go.
Hello, my name is Glenn Wells, and I am a representative and volunteer of the Cannabis Substitution Program. We are here on the downtown east side of Vancouver, Canada, providing high-dose edibles and preventing opioid overdoses.
I'm sorry, folks. I realized I was on mute that whole time. So you know what? We're going to play the old cannabis again right now. Oh, man. Oh, I said a whole bunch of great things about Neil. So anyways, I think what we'll do is we'll also, we're going to do things a little different. We're going to get to the My Plant Update videos a little bit later, but I think what we're going to do is after we do Neil singing "Oh Cannabis," we're going to smoke in the 420, dedicate the 420 to Neil, and then, oh man, I think I was on mute that whole time. Jeez. Anyways, oh man, that sucks. Anyways, nothing we can do about it now, all right? So what we'll do is we'll play the Neil singing. We'll do the public service announcement, Neil singing "Oh Cannabis," and then we'll smoke in the 420. So here we go. I'll go off cam for a minute, and we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Glenn Wells, and I am a representative and volunteer of the Cannabis Substitution Program. We are here on the downtown east side of Vancouver, Canada, providing high-dose edibles and preventing opioid overdoses. We've changed so many people's lives in the last 4 years of being down here and 7 years of doing this by providing high-dose edibles for 1 week, which will get you off your opioid dependency. If you have a loved one out there that is stuck on opioids right now and their doctor has just chopped them right off, then 1 week of edibles will help them get off without any relapses. Imagine how many people's lives we could save. So if you want to contribute, we need donators. Reach out to me, Glenn Wells, GLENNWELLS, or you can reach out to the Cannabis Substitution Program. We will get you started. Let's get this spread across Canada, and let's save a lot of our loved ones' lives. Thanks.
Right? And that's what they've been doing. They've been saving lives, unlike what the government has been doing with the ridiculous laws that are at hand, even more so with legalization. It's just harming people and causing literal death in its wake. So we're going to also show some of Neil's previous shows, just a couple of little clips of from the show, so you can hear some of this directly from him, because I'm not really Neil's voice. I can't be Neil's voice, but I sure want to get his message out there. So here we go. We're going to play "Oh Cannabis" sung by Neil, and we will be let me bring this back up on screen, and then we'll go right into the 420 smoke. So here we go. And I'll play this. So it's a minute and 42 seconds.
You guys want some free weed? Let's get this underway then. What do we got for time? We are right there. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. With healing powers, it helps our eyes to see.
I apologize, my internet.
And with glow, we make the point that the true north should be free. And with wise red eyes, we criticize the war against our family. God keep us now from the police. Oh, cannabis, we stand here high and proud for this. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. Thank you very much. We are just minutes away from 420.
And we are at 420. So happy 420, everyone from Ontario, Canada.
A student in one of my borderline personality disorder classes recently asked me which was better for treating and handling BPD symptoms, cognitive behavioral therapy or dialectic.
There we go. Couldn't figure out how to get the auto thing off. What a horrible time for that. But anyways, it's 421, but it's still 420 because it's always 420. And Neil, this one's for you, brother. And thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for the work that you started. And we're not going to give up the fight. So you only started it. We're going to carry it. Peace. Light them up if you got it. And Neil Madison of the Vancouver Downtown Eastside Cannabis Substitution Program, which has also expanded now to several other chapters in other provinces, in BC, but in other provinces as well. So peace, everyone. Take care. Not peace. Oh, peace. So this plant, it's been a war against that plant and the people. For the last 100 years. It's still not right. It's improving, but we still don't have. Just give me 1 second. I'm just stopping my other screen here. It's awkward because I'm working just with one screen instead of two screens. So I do apologize if I seem distracted. I'm just getting the next video lined up as well that we're going to do. So I want to. So, okay, so let me just pause this. I'll come back up to here. So there we go. I'll get the other screen set up in a moment. So in the meantime, let's go to that banner there. So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, with Neil. So yeah, it's expanded across everywhere. These people that Neil that they're serving is out down east, out in Halifax. We got Chris Backer. I really shouldn't start naming names because there's so many names. There's too many names. I've got to get a list. Here, let me get some music on. I got to get a list from someone if they can of all the different locations and who the names of who is underneath and who works at each one, because I want to give that correct recognition to everyone, right? And I want to promote the CSP because I believe in the model 100%. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring up another video here. So those are my update videos. So I gotta bring up the share screen again. Should I put the music on here? I'm gonna play a video. Okay, so I do hope it's playing through okay. Oh, this is not the one I want to do, so give me a moment here. What history? There we go. I was just watching this episode earlier today. Watched the whole thing, and I should have taken note of a few different timestamps, but I think we'll be fine. And again, I hope it plays through okay. Okay, so let's pause the music here, and I've got this up, and while I'm playing this video, I'm going to just play their banner as well. So which screen is it? This one here. And oh, hold on. I'm trying to find the right window here. Oh, it's going to show up like that. No, there we go. Okay, so now I just got to go full screen on this, and then we'll press play.
All right, second.
Here's Neil, and he's looking for his roach clip. They heard that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to THC Show. I'm your host, Neil Magnuson. This is the show where we talk about THC. Truth, hope, and change. Hasn't changed.
20 years.
And the good news is we're back and we're still broadcasting, and we're into our 5th year now. The bad news is not much has changed. The legal system here in Canada still rages on, and it attempts its best as it can to get entrenched, while low barrier access is still the quest that we're on, and we have not succeeded in getting much traction any further than we already were. We will be in court coming up at the end of March, and see what the judge has to say about whether or not we can have our charter challenge against Health Canada. Meanwhile, the legal system of cannabis retail in Canada has really done what we all thought it was going to do, and that is that the mom and pop operations don't do well at all. The big operations, they have profit margins that allow them, because of volume, to do much, much better. And now we find out that in Ontario, the Ontario government is going to increase the amount of licenses one group can hold from about 75 to 150. The mom and pops are all very nervous, and well, they should be. Although I guess most of them stand to make some profit as they get bought out by the bigger cannabis retailers. Meanwhile, cannabis exports continues to be the main focus of the licensed producers. It's not about the domestic market that they're concerned about. They want to have this model entrenched here so they can import it, or pardon me, export it to other jurisdictions. And then Canada wants to continue.
I'm just going to interject here that the name of his show is called THC. And yeah, it's an acronym for the psychoactive compound in this plant. But it stands for truth, hope, and change. And that's everything Neil was about. He spoke the truth. He gave people hope, and he affected change. And he's going to continue to do that as his legacy carries on. So I'm just going to play another minute or so of this, and then you'll be able to find this video on my profile. I've shared it out in a whole bunch of different groups as well. I shared it out on Grow420 Facebook page as well. So you can go check it out, and I've supplied the link for you to go directly to the episode here, and then you can watch the whole thing yourself. It's about an hour and 14 minutes long, or hour and 15, but it's definitely worth the watch to get a bit of an inside look as to the cannabis situation in Canada and how it's affecting patients, and has continued to do so for the past nearly 23 years that we've actually had a medical program. But that medical program doesn't even come close to meeting the needs of the patient community or the needs of like anyone really, because all cannabis consumption is medicinal. Even when you're consuming it for recreational purposes, that's medicinal in and of itself. You're taking it to relax. Well, there you go. So, and that was one of Neil's strong points that he used to hammer home all the time as well. So we'll carry on just for a few more minutes with this, and then and you'll be able to watch the rest. If you're having trouble trying to locate the episode on YouTube, you can just always let me know, and I'll shoot you off a link for it. There we go.
Continue to be the lead in providing those jurisdictions with high-priced cannabis. It's a terrible thing. It's not what we've been fighting for. For 25 years, myself personally, and longer than that for many others, have been trying to get cannabis legalized up against extremely powerful forces who want to continue to capitalize on cannabis. Cannabis prohibition really protected the interests of the gangs. While the government was running around making sure the average person couldn't be providing cannabis to people, the gangs and the rich and the elite, they were all insulated from any prosecution and enforcement. They had big operations going on. And that's what prohibition was doing. It was protecting those people. And here we have it going on again today. We have legalization in Canada. Now, granted, the average person, although I'm not sure even the below average person can go and buy their cannabis from a government outlet. And below average people are doing that. Average and above average people, they know better if they're cannabis consumers, and they're still getting it where they always got it. The government instituted a legalization by the rich and for the rich. It was quite a scheme. They managed to legalize it so that people that have, a job and a fair bit of money, the average middle-class person, they can afford to go and buy some cannabis in the government store. Hell, it's not that much more expensive than it is to buy cannabis in the unregulated market. But the unregulated market, the prices are high because those people are at risk of prosecution and serious penalties. So that's why they keep the price up there. Bottom line to all of this is, for the average low-income person, the price of cannabis is still out of reach. They can only buy small amounts, be it from a government store, which hopefully they're not doing, or from the unregulated marketplace. Yes, the legal stores now have cheaper cannabis, and they now have better cannabis. The better cannabis is not cheaper. The cheaper cannabis is not better. Anybody who uses cannabis knows that if you're given an opportunity to buy cannabis and you have cheap cannabis and you have more expensive, better cannabis, you're going to figure out how to get some extra money and buy the better cannabis because the cheap cannabis just isn't going to do it. Nobody wants to buy cheap cannabis. They're only buying it if they can't afford it. So the government is allowing the people that can't afford their $15 grams to have it at $5 a gram. If they can't afford it. $5 a gram is still $2,500 for 1 pound. 1 pound. Now, a pound of cannabis sounds like a lot, but it is no more a pound than any other pound. Pound of blueberries, pound of raspberries, pound of strawberries, pound of grapes.
Sounds logical, doesn't it?
What do you normally pay for a pound of some type of growing fruit or vegetable? Couple $100? Nope. $50? Nope. $20? $10. Sorry. $10 a pound is still way out of reach for most families in Canada. At $10 a pound, if you have a family, you're probably not buying those grapes or strawberries or blueberries that they've priced at $10 a pound. You'll see some person in a fancy scarf and a suit or some nice dress and a pretty purse walk up to the fruit aisle and help themselves to some $10 a pound fruit. But you will not see the average mother or father pushing a cart, trying to save money, trying to look for deals, trying to feed their family in a tough economy. They're not buying the $10 a pound fruit. $10 a pound. Wow, that sounds like a lot when you're talking blueberries and strawberries and grapes. Doesn't sound a lot when you're talking about cannabis. Why is that? It doesn't take any more to grow a pound of cannabis as it does to grow a pound of blueberries or strawberries. In fact, that pound of cannabis is going to yield more per square meter than anything else that a farmer grows. The yields are spectacular. Yields are pretty good for people who don't know how to grow. You can almost get a pound off a plant. But you can imagine how much more than that a real farmer is going to get. Cannabis plants can be maxed right out. They're going to get so much more than they're going to get for any plot of strawberries or bushes of raspberries or blueberries. But people are willing to pay $5 a gram. People are willing to pay $15 a gram. It's happening. Go to a government store and have a look for yourself. I have a confession to make. After 5 years of legalization, I have actually now smoked some legal weed. I know. I'm embarrassed too.
You did what?
Well, it was a dare. How do you not?
That explains it.
Oh yeah, voice is off camera here. So, and it was a good friend of mine that I trust a lot, and he said this weed that I got at the government store is pretty damn good. It's tasty and it's powerful. And I said, well, that had to happen, didn't it? The government swag couldn't always be shitty. Eventually, they were going to come up with good weed. What did you pay for this pre-rolled joint of concentrates and 3 different types of weed? Wait for it. Sit down if you're not sitting down. $34. The government stores have single 1.5 joints that sell for $34. Mind you, they don't get all of that. Some of the people that pre-rolled those joints get some of that. Some of the people that grew the weed that went into those joints get some of that. Some of the people who made that weed into concentrates to put in that joint, they get some of that. And governments at every level get a whole bunch of that. And that's why it's so expensive. Now, this fellow who had that, he could afford a $34 joint. It's nothing.
I can't.
It's just chump change. But for the average person, one single joint of cannabis, $34, way out of reach. Way out of reach. You're going to be buying the $15 cannabis or the $12 a gram cannabis or maybe the $10 a gram cannabis. And the poor people, if they were forced, if there was no other way, and they needed cannabis so badly that they're willing to go in and do what they can, they're going to be walking out with $5 a gram swag that you're going to have to smoke probably 2 1.5 joints to get much out of, as opposed to one $34 joint where a couple puffs is probably all you need. It's way out of whack. And I wouldn't care. It wouldn't matter to me that they're selling $34 joints. Of course they are. We've had expensive weed forever. The rich people, they figure out how to spend money on things that they want that is more than the average person spends because they want to feel like they got more money than other people, and so they want to be able to spend more. We learned that at the herb school way back when we set up at Maine and Hastings. We tried to keep our prices down and reasonable. We didn't want to have expensive weed, except people wanted expensive weed. We learned that there's a percentage of people out there that if you got the same quality of weed and one.
So to hear more of the rest of the story there, you'll have to tune in to the YouTube video for that. That just gives you a bit of an overview on some of the hurdles that we're facing. I was going to play more clips right now. I think I'm just going to leave it at that, because that's just a kind of great opening, I think, from Neil himself, because I can't say it better than he can. But he goes into way more depth on a lot of issues in that episode there, as well as there's another episode that I'm going to be posting up, because there was someone that recommended 2 different episodes to watch. And I wrote down the episodes, but I forgot to write down the name of the person who recommended them. I know it's either someone, I believe it's someone in BC who either is a like they either volunteer at one of the CSPs, or they're a big supporter of the CSP. I can't remember exactly who it was, but there was 2 specific episodes that are really, really great episodes. Like I said, I watched this one here in its entirety earlier this morning, and I've begun watching the other one. And so far, they are both powerhouse episodes that really get home the point of what the cannabis scene actually is in Canada. We don't have really proper legalization. We have legalization of the lies that are still being taught, because we do not have medical cannabis. We have a medical cannabis program. We have medical cannabis producers, but they still will not acknowledge the fact that cannabis is medicine. And it is. It got me off of 23 pills a day. So I'm not just repeating stories. I'm speaking from my own experience as well. But this is the same experience that people are having over and over and over again because of hearing stuff like this from Neil and others. And on that note, I think what we would do right now is we will play the public service announcement once more, and then we will go to break, and then we'll come back for the second segment of the show, and we'll do the plant update videos that I have prepared. But I just wanted to dedicate the first half of the show to Neil and his work and his legacy, and I will do whatever I can to contribute to the cause, and if that's what it looks like with what I'm doing right now, then that's what it is. I would love to be able to start my own cannabis substitution program out at North Bay. I don't see how that is even possible. Whole set of circumstances, but I know one will be here. But in the meantime, I'm just doing my part here by just sharing the message. And so we're going to go to break for the public service announcement right now. So I'll go off cam for about a minute, and I'll pop back on, and then we'll go to commercial break, and then we'll be back after that. So here we go. I already got the banner up, and hold on. Oh, there we go.
Hello, my name is Glenn Wells, and I am a representative and volunteer of the Cannabis Substitution Program. We are here on the downtown east side of Vancouver, Canada, providing high-dose edibles and preventing opioid overdoses. We've changed so many people's lives in the last 4 years of being down here and 7 years of doing this by providing high-dose edibles for 1 week, which will get you off your opioid dependency. If you have a loved one out there that is stuck on opioids right now and their doctor has just chopped them right off, then 1 week of edibles will help them get off without any relapses. Imagine how many people's lives we can save. So if you want to contribute, we need donators. Reach out to me, Glenn Wells, GLENNWELLS, or you can reach out to the Cannabis Substitution Program. We will get you started. Let's get this spread across Canada, and let's save a lot of our loved ones' lives. Thanks.
Right. And as I said before, it is spreading across Canada. Neil got to see that. I am so happy that he got to see that. It's just a shame that he didn't live long enough to be able to actually change the laws with the constitutional challenge that he had brought up against the government and Health Canada after being charged himself and 2 of his co-workers for selling cannabis without a license. There's a whole story with all that. We'll probably show some of those, some of the clips from some of all that before, some other time, maybe even just during a sesh. Shoot, where was I going with that? Oh man, see, that's why I'm called the Forgetful Stoner. I'll be talking and all of a sudden, boom. All right. Well, we had our 420 toke in honor of Neil. Our toke here to end the segment honoring Neil Magnuson. I'd like to dedicate this toke to all of the current CSPs out there, all of the people that are running them and volunteering, all the donators, all the people who are supporting in any way that is, just even if it's by sharing posts and making positive comments and liking posts and that. This is for all you guys, but more specifically, I also want to really dedicate this one to the ones that are right at home base where Neil was, right down where it all started, the Vancouver downtown east side. We've got there's 3. Okay, I'm gonna give 5 names that I know of that I see out in the RV on the regular basis. There's Glenn Wells. There's Adam McGilvray from Mad Hatter, who's been a donator to the CSP program for many years. He was actually a guest on Peace News and Views here on NOK Network a few weeks ago. So go check that interview out. You get to hear his story there. And also from the perspective of him working on the front lines. And now with Neil, as he was falling ill, everyone stepped up and just was giving it their everything to make sure that everything was still just turning without a hitch. And man, it's exploding, man. I see great things in store for the cannabis substitution program all around. But getting back to the ones that are at home base there on the front lines and where it all started. So there's Glenn Wells, Adam McGilvray, George Middleton. I don't know the other 2s. I don't know their last names. There's Dan and Dexter. They're out there. I believe the CSP they're operating out in an RV. That RV you saw behind Glenn in the video there. That's where they're operating from. And they used to operate out of the studio where Glenn broadcast the show from and where Neil was doing that from. They got evicted out of there. So they've been out in the RV for the last 3 years. You're going to have to go check them out. It's a whole big, long story. It's a whole show all in itself to to go over the whole history. I've been following them pretty much. I think I might have even been following them from when they were at Vandu, at the tail end of Vandu, because I remember seeing posts from them when they got the store, and that they were able to go into a store and then so they were able to provide the people that they were helping some dignity with coming out of the weather and all of that, and have some privacy. And they also broadcast the show from out of there, which they've continued to do all of this time. And like I said, I could keep going on and on, because and I've watched pretty much almost every single episode of Neil's show, most of them live, with the exception of the past year, because I myself had fallen ill. So it was kind of difficult. Most of the time I was sleeping at the time that they were on. But I usually always watch the replay. And so you'll have to go check them out. If you're looking for help trying to find them, you can always contact me, and I'll shoot you a link on where you can find them on YouTube. So in the meantime, this is for all the ones that are continuing on with the CSP and making it all work, and who are seeing it all into its future growth. I think personally the government of Canada should be ashamed of themselves, because number one, no one's ever gone down to see anything, what any of the CSP's done. All it's been is just harassment from law enforcement and bylaw officers and city officials and whatnot. I don't even know what city officials, just bylaw officers, mostly in law enforcement. Like, geez, go after the real criminals. Anyways, this talk's for them. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we will go to commercial. We're going to show some content that other content that is available on NOK Network. So please stay tuned. Don't go away. Let's see, I got the banner up there that explains that. So don't go away. We'll be right back in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds with more great content here with on Grow420. And what we'll probably be doing is just doing the two update videos and just talking just briefly about where the grows are going from here, and then we'll close out. So don't go away. We'll be back in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Psychedelic Tuesdays on NOK Network. Tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Psychedelic Reporters. Bufo Alvarius is scouring the newswires for stories being reported in the mainstream media on the psychedelic front and passing them on to Hobbies Puppets and Tara Simpson so they can bring them to you, our listeners, in this 60-minute video news podcast. Tuesday evening news. Join us for Tuesday evening news each week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all your news and information from the world of psychedelic medicine. Follow and subscribe to NOK Network on our webpage, social media, and streaming sites, including YouTube and Rumble.
Peace, news, and views on NOK Network. Patients everywhere advocating cannabis evolution with Kim Cooper and Sir Steve O. Joint hosts interview people in the grassroots and corporate cannabis space across North America and beyond. Sit down with patients, entrepreneurs, lawyers, doctors, and others share their journey with this medicinal plant. so join us for Peace News and Views. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where all consumption is medicinal consumption on NOKnetwork.com. Follow and subscribe to NOK Network on social media and streaming sites including Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble.
Put it all away for 30 minutes a day on IWK. The IWK 710 Daily Sesh is a virtual gathering where consumers meet up for a toke and some laughs at 7 p.m. Eastern nightly. Originally aired on InfoWikim social media pages, the IWK 710 Daily Sesh is now also podcasted on NOK Network. Rotating joint hosts bring you a variety of content during this 30-minute virtual smoke sesh. Take a break from the stresses in life and put it all away for 30 minutes a day on IWK. Podcasted nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NOK Network.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. Enjoy the show, man.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. So, welcome back to Grow420, episode 18. So, again, the first half of the episode was dedicated to Neil Magnuson of the Cannabis Substitution Program. So he passed away this past Sunday, and he's left behind a huge legacy that will only continue to grow. So just give me a moment. I'm just trying to get back to the proper banners here. There we go. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, I did the right banner for the commercial. Okay. Now I'm just trying to find my phone. Where's my phone? Oh, there it is. Okay, so hold on, there's a message here. It's just okay. It's just a friend of mine messaging. I'll look at it later. So I just want to give me one moment. I just need to look up something here before I. No, that's not going to work like that. Okay, I'm going to have to see if I can copy this over. Just give me one moment, okay, folks? Here, let me turn some music on in the meantime. Just give me a moment here. There we go. Okay, this is the photo I want to try to grab from my phone and put it onto my computer. And to put this up earlier, grab this earlier, so just bear with me for a moment. Where's the phone? Okay, there it is. Screenshots, I think. Oh, I think I just saw it. I'm gonna have to look on my phone. If I can't find it quickly. Oh, I know what I know it's folder. It's in. I see it right there. In a moment, we're going to get to the plant update videos. We got the outdoor garden planted. I'm calling it my CannaZen Garden. And I think it's looking pretty nice. And I think it's going to be a monster of a garden, really. Okay, so now I can share this here. Oh, I gotta open it up and then share. Okay, so it opens up on the other side there. Give me a second here. You know what? I can't figure it out. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. Oh, geez. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about that. I can't figure out how to get that up properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to just turn the music off because I'm going to be playing videos which have music playing in them. And so you won't be able to hear anything. So here we go. Oh, I closed up one of my videos. Okay, let me see. I'm going to bring the other one up. Video file. So that's the CannaZen Garden. So I'm looking for now. What? Yeah, I had this happen earlier where I can't. The thing crashed. Okay, so we'll show the outdoor garden now. And so we'll bring the volume down there a bit. So here we go. So that's what I'll leave that up on the screen there for a second for you guys to all see. That's what's out in the garden, out in my CannaZen garden. All of that one day, except for the center plant that was done the day before, 2 days before. Loads of compost that we generated ourselves. find that grow video that I had. The indoor garden. Had this happen earlier. Okay, I got it here. There we go. So that is the outdoor CannaZen Garden. So the plant that's in the center is Grapefruit Diesel, which was one of the three plants that I had growing. It's the one that I used to cut a whole bunch of clones off of. This clone that I've got here is one that is replacing the mother as the new mother. So that's exciting to see. That's a nice, beautiful looking plant there. And but just prior to just after putting the mother plant outside, I cut 32 clones. So they're still in a jar of water and with some kelp nutrient in there and kelp fertilizer. And I'm going to be putting them up in cups with soil or a mix of that and rock wool cubes over the next few days. And I've also got, I guess I could just give you a quick little talk update of what's coming up next here now. So the next video we're going to be showing, we'll show the Grapefruit Diesel plants that were in flower. They've now been cut and they're now hanging, hanging to dry. And I can't wait until they're ready. The flavor and the taste profile and the effects for me, it gives me a nice, calm, but energetic feeling. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. It's a nice daytime smoke, put it that way. And keeps the pain away and allows me to keep focus. And So yeah. So anyways, and that was that's this here. So and then so we got coming up soon, we got the CBD CBD Kush auto, CBD Kush green and CBD Kush purple autos. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to start them. I'm probably going to start them right now. I got to do, you'll see in the video, the grow cabinets need some cleaning. Most of them are vacant right now. So you'll see in the next video. So I got to do a good cleaning out of everything, get everything ready for the next grow coming up. But I am going away this weekend to see my son and his wife and my granddaughter. And they're 4 hours away from us, north of here. And so it's been a bit of a crazy week so far this week with the passing of Neil. And as you know, I also do Monday night show on NOK Network here, God's News Update with Tara Simpson. So we do that as a pre-record together Monday mornings at 10 a.m. And then the show runs at 8 p.m. Eastern time on the multiple platforms that we stream out to. And then, of course, Tuesday, I have the show here. I just dropped my joint. Oh, there it is at the bottom of the stool. And then I'm also on tomorrow night for the IWK 710 Daily Sesh at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I also have a dentist appointment tomorrow morning or tomorrow around noon. And so then Thursday, I'm going to be busy cutting grass because the last few days it's been rain. We're going to get some nice weather, but I don't have time tomorrow to cut grass. If I do, that would be great, but it looks like it's probably going to be Thursday. And then we're also going to be getting ready to head up to Quebec to visit my son and his family. And so I'm probably looking at starting the CBD auto Kush after that. Let's see, what else do I have coming up after? You know what? We'll probably drop the seeds live on the next episode on June 4th. I think that's what we'll do. Not sure. Yeah, you know what? By then I should be able to. I'm going to be in North Bay by then, I think. Yeah, I'm going to be sliding through North Bay on the way to Quebec and on the way back home, because there's a couple of different pots there's a pot that I wanted to try. It's got like it's for doing autoflowers, or anytime you want to like reduce the stress of transplant. It's got like a zip off bottom, like it's permanent zip off, and it's plastic. So once you rip off the top, it's like an ice cream top type of tab thing. You pull like the ring off and then you're able to open it up, except that the lid the bottom doesn't fit back on because you just now ripped it right off. There's no way of attaching it back on. But I might try that, and I think I might do that and get a couple of them maybe, and maybe 3 or 4, and I'll plant the seeds directly in the soil. We won't pre-germinate them or anything. We'll just do it directly in the soil. And when the time comes for when you would transplant, all I need to do is just zip off that bottom, and I can put one in the self-watering bin that I have, and I can put another in like a 3-gallon pail, 3-gallon pot. And if I have enough soil, I can do one in a 5-gallon pot. So we can have a variety of different sizes of pots, so we can do some comparisons, and we'll go from there. But that's looking like that maybe June 4th, possibly. You know what? I'm going to say no, not June 4th. I'm just realizing, because I'm going to be away for that weekend, like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I got to record Ganja News Update Monday morning, and then of course I got to prep for this show. So I'm going to push it probably to June 11th, possibly June 18th, because I just want to make sure that everything's ready. I don't want to rush this. And so, yeah, there's always going to be content to bring to you, because there's always going to be the weekly video update that I bring, as well as I can talk about what's happening in the gardens. Oh yeah, if we did go live from the garden the other night, doing the harvesting for the plants that you're going to see that are cut here. So you'll have to check that out. I think that was, I can check my messages on here. I'll be able to tell. Oh no, it's in here, I think. Just give me a second here. Yeah, it was Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. I went live about 1:30 in the morning here, and I was on for, I don't know, a couple hours or so. So go check that out. It was a chilling good time. We had a few great viewers tune in, and we had some great conversations. And so, as I said, go check it out. You can find it on my profile. You can find it on NOK Network. You can find it on Grow420 on Facebook. You can also find it on Grow420 on YouTube, as well as NOK Network on Twitch, X, LinkedIn, and Rumble. So go check that out. It was a great sesh that we had there. And so in the meantime, I'm going to bring up this next video here. Okay, here we go. Let's pause it for a second while I get the right format up here. There we go. Okay, so this, the plants were germinated, the seeds were germinated December 3rd, 2023, flipped to flower February 28th, 2024. Now, I started counting the number of weeks of flower from the time that I actually flipped the timer to 12:12. But usually for about a week and a half to 2 weeks, you really don't notice anything changing in the plant except for its stretching and that. But there's not really much noticeable flower per se. And most times you're still unsure. Like if you're, I knew these were female. Yeah, I knew these were female, but especially if you're not sure if it's female or male, if you're growing from reg seeds, like regular seeds that haven't been treated to be or bred to be feminized, then you're sitting there like wondering like whether it's going to be male or female, and so you don't really see anything even after you flip at the lights. You don't see much until at least a week and a half to 2 weeks later, and so I was saying like it's 12 weeks, so it's probably more like I would say 10 weeks, maybe 9.5. But they're not very big plants, but they are big plants for the space that I've been growing in. But you'll see here. But the buds are really tight. They're rock hard. It smells so good. It smokes really nice. I've had a few tester buds, and it's quite nice. So it's become one of my must grow strains, and that's why, because I put one of the mother plants out to flower, I've got a new mother plant here to take her place. I do have some other clones on the go right now as well. that are already rooted and doing extremely well. You'll see some of them in the video. They will be the ones that don't have any name tag on the pot, because I know what they are. Without a name tag, I know that they're just one of the clones from the Grapefruit Diesel. But everything else is labeled. So here we go. So yeah, it was May 25th. Oh geez, the date's right there. May 25th, and which would have been Sunday, right? Or early. Well, actually, I think it was late May 25th, early 26th. But the video I took here was taken just today. And the video, the music tracks are all ones that fit perfectly in there. And they were ones that, the first ones I chose, once I established the timestamp length that I needed for the track. First track I chose under that was within that time frame, then it was a perfect match, in my opinion, for this particular video. So here we go. I hope you all enjoy. And if this music track sounds familiar, that's because it is. It's the one that's on the opening for Grow420 here. I thought it was a great track for this. This is just showing some of the grow cabinet that's not being used now that I've got to clean out, getting ready for the next trend. Pick up the joint that I dropped. So there they are. It's really cool going live right directly from the garden the other night. Chilling out to music. And having some great conversation with viewers. One viewer in particular couldn't sleep, got up, saw that I was on live. Oh, I love catching when you're live. I thought that was awesome. All I want to do is just help bring joy to people's life. Help make even a little part of their day. Give them that little bit of ray of sunshine. Can't wait till this is done. Ready to smoke. A couple of the smaller branches that are up there by themselves, they'll be ready before the others. They broke off when I was cutting with the saw. Here's the plants that are coming up. Some of these are backups to the outdoor grow. But the new mother is in there at the back corner, back left corner. So there you go. That's the latest update of the plants that are all growing indoors. Everything's all into the 3x3 cabinet. That's the cleanest of them. So the rest of the cabinets are all ready to be emptied out once the Grapefruit Diesel has finished drying. And then I'll give all that a good clean out and wash, and getting ready to do the CBD autoflowers, CBD Kush autoflower after that. So what I'm doing just right now is I need some wheat ground up. I don't have anything available right now. So I'm just trimming up a little bit of Jack Herer. And I was trying to decide what strain I wanted to pick right now to grind for myself. So on my desk here, I've got the choice between the Tangy Purple Orange CBD, some of the outdoor, some of the Tangy Purple Orange CBD, some of the indoor, which is a bit of a tighter bud, and a nicer, cleaner flavor, and some Jack Herer. All of this is stuff that I grew. The Jack Herer, it's not really a real tight bud, but it works. It works. And but the reason why I chose this one, I thought I had another strain here too. I thought I brought some blueberry. No, I guess I didn't. But the reason why I chose that strain is I didn't have any. There was no second thoughts as to what strain I was going to choose. I just looked at the names, and I was like, "Oh, that's an easy one to choose." The reason why is because with Jack Herer, I think. Okay, I got to look this up before I say this. I'm pretty sure this is the correct one but I got to make sure because I'm the forgetful stoner, right? So just give me a moment here, and I'm gonna look this up. Oh geez, I can't. My phone is dying on me. Oh, okay, I'm spelling it wrong. Oh, that's not what I'm trying to. Oh, geez. Trying to look up the author of a book. Yes. Right there. Jack Herer, the author of The Emperor Wears No Clothes. Okay. I do have to admit, I have not read the book. I don't have the book. Now, there may be, I guess, maybe a free PDF version. I don't do well with that. I need the physical thing in front of me so I can easily keep track of where I'm at. Even I know on the electronic ones, there's bookmarks and stuff. But I may also want to add in some personal notes in the book type of thing. So, but I did come across someone who is doing in one of the groups I share in. I can't remember which group it is. It's one of two groups. And I see that there's someone that does I think it might be a weekly reading of live reading of the book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes. I'm not going to go into all the details about the book because I'm running out of time here. I've got a few other things I got to attend to afterwards. But check it out. And but apparently, it is a very influential book and eye-opening, to say the least, in regards to this plant. And I know that Neil Magnuson has mentioned on numerous occasions about how he was inspired by that book. So when I looked over at the jars of weed I got over there, and just not even looking at the buds, not even just literally looking at names, it's like as soon as I saw Jack Hare, it's like, no, that's the one I got to do. So we'll grind some of this up. So we did the indoor garden one. We did the outdoor garden. Shall we do the outdoor garden one again? Close out with that. And then we'll do the, there's an order of things that I want to do. Okay, I think we'll do the outdoor garden, the CannaZen Garden. We'll show that again. And then we will do the cannabis substitution program public service announcement. And then we will do Neil singing the Oak Cannabis again. Now I'm just realizing I closed off that window, so I'm going to have to open that up again. But it shouldn't be an issue. It's going to take me a second. YouTube. It should be right there. History. Should be the last video that I played. No. A few before that. Okay, here we go. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can get the auto play off, because I don't want to get a copyright strike on us. So just give me one moment here. Okay, why? Okay, there's nothing in there. I tried looking at this earlier today, and I couldn't see. Oh, geez, that was loud. I couldn't see where to turn it off for the autoplay. Oh, I think it might be because it's playing in my list. Okay, hold on. You know what? Let's see if I can find it this way here. If I go directly to their channel. Cannabis. Let's see if that comes up. Yeah, there it is right there. It might. Oh, you know what? Let me take it out of the. Anyways, I'll just try to remember to hit the mute button at the very least, or go back to full screen. Okay, so let's see. I gotta share screen now. We'll go full screen. Do full screen first. We're at the beginning here. No, I don't want full screen because it's going to take over my screen. Okay, so now we can share. Share screen. There we go. And we'll bring that up. Where is it? Right there. We'll come to here. And now I gotta go back. Yeah, I gotta get myself another monitor or TV so I can work off of multiple screens. So here we go. Hopefully this plays through okay.
Want some free weed? Well, let's get this underway then. What do we got for time? We are right there. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. With healing powers, it helps our eyes to see. And with glowing joints, we make the point that the true north should be free. And with wise red eyes, we criticize the war against our family. God keep us down from the police. Oh, cannabis, we stand here high and proud for this. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. Thank you very much. We are just minutes away from 420.
All right.
Oh, let me cut. Yeah, see, I was able to stop it. There we go. So we'll come back full screen here now. So I put up the Happy 420 from Ontario, Canada banner. I know it's not 420 here, but you know what? It's 420 somewhere. And again, you know, it's always 420 somewhere, right? And as I always say, it's always weed o'clock in my house. So here, this one's again for Neil and the legacy that he started, and that's going to continue to grow and expand across this nation. So peace, everyone. If you have them, light them. If you don't, that's okay too, because we got you covered. To Neil. And I'm just going to bring up another screen here. This is what I was trying to bring up earlier. Hopefully this will work. Okay, so I'm going to stop screen. Percent. If this doesn't work, I'm not going to get over excited about it. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to throw this up on the other screen and see what happens. There we go. There, I can share it this way. So we'll have a moment of silence and then one more toke for Neil, and then we'll play. I was going to do the cannabis substitution program thing first, I think. Was I not? Oh, well. So, moment of silence for Neil, and we'll play the public service announcement once more, and then we'll be out of here. And you know what? We all can do our part. You may not be able to start your own CSP. You may not be able to work at one. You may not be able to, for a whole variety of reasons. But the same motto that I preached, I don't like that word, but the same motto that I carry throughout all of my shows: start with what you have, with what you know. When you can do better, do better. It's exactly what I've started with, and there you go. We can all do our part to carry Neil's legacy and his message across. So here's one more for Neil. And Neil, your fight may now be over, both with your health and with the government and these ridiculous, draconian, cruel, harmful, murderous laws. But you got a whole whack of others that are going to carry it on through. And I already see the expansion happening. I can only imagine what this is just going to look like a year, 2, 5 years out. So on that note, folks, here is the, here we'll stop sharing the screen. Excuse me. Let me get the cannabis substitution banner up. Where is it? Oh, that's the one I'm actually still playing. So we'll take the 420 banner down. We don't need that right now. And so here we go. So I'll go off cam and I'll be back in about a minute, and then we'll be out of here for one last toke. And so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Glenn Wells, and I am a representative and volunteer of the Cannabis Substitution Program. We are here on the downtown east side of Vancouver, Canada, providing high-dose edibles and preventing opioid overdoses. We've changed so many people's lives in the last 4 years of being down here and 7 years of doing this by providing high-dose edibles for 1 week, which will get you off your opioid dependency. If you have a loved one out there that is stuck on opioids right now and their doctor has just chopped them right off, then 1 week of edibles will help them get off without any relapses. Imagine how many people's lives we can save. So if you want to contribute, we need donators. Reach out to me, Glenn Wells, GLENNWELLS, or you can reach out to the Cannabis Substitution Program. We will get you started. Let's get this spread across Canada, and let's save a lot of our loved ones' lives. Thanks.
Right. Okay, so I gotta put back my one here. Hold on a second here, folks. Oh, I don't want that. Hold on. There we go. So, anyways, yeah, we've been an hour and 47 minutes, so I think we'll close out now. We'll do the outdoor garden. That's right. I was going to do the outdoor garden once more. Yeah, we'll do that. So that's the CannaZen Garden. So I'll remove the indoor one, and so this is a good way to close off. So again, this is what's growing on out there, and so hope you all enjoy, and we'll close out right after this. In fact, I don't think we'll do our regular close, or does the regular close have NOK branding? We'll do the regular close because I can't quite remember. So anyways, here we go. I have a regular lighter here with me. Okay, here. An NOK Network business card, standard business card size. The stump from cheese from last summer's grow. Years. Going through more post-oatmeal. Man, all my feet's about. We need to be sharing the hell out of all these posts. All right, so I guess that's it. So I guess we're just down to here. We'll turn that off there now. We're down to just having to have one more toke before we're out of here, and I kind of like that on. And maybe just angle it a bit so it doesn't glare off there so much, or maybe it's a wall. I'll fix that up later, but I think that's going to work better like that. But we'll have one more toke, and then we'll play the outro. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in again for this week's episode of Grow420. I know it's been a great time here, and so look forward to you're going to have to look forward to seeing the updates for next week, see what's growing on. And so yeah, next week we're not going to start the seeds next week for the indoor grow. We'll wait till the following week, or maybe even the week after. But there'll still be some great content coming up. We've got the clones that are going to be done, so we might get a chance to do that on the 4th, which is June 4th, which is the episode. June 4th. Yes, June 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll probably might do the clones then, because there's a couple of things I want to see if I can get from North Bay to do the clones. It's not going to cost much, just a few dollars, but it'll just make things a lot easier for me. And so yeah, we got that coming up. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. I'll be on this IWK 710 Daily Sesh here on NOK Network. And then tonight on the IWK 710 Daily Sesh, we got Janine the Cannabis Fairy coming on up at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got Psychedelic Reporters with Hobbies Puppets and Tara Simpson. So I'm sure you're not going to want to miss that show as well. If you can't catch it live, make sure you catch it on the replay. And if you are catching anything on the replay here, whether it be on any of my profiles or NOK Networks, if you could just please so kindly just comment #replay, so that way we know that you watched it on the replay. So cheers, everyone. Peace. I think I'm going to come up with a new ending of on my show. I just got to run it by someone first, a couple of people, just to see. And but until then, as I always say, tomorrow night. I'll remind you guys about Peace News and Views tomorrow night, and who's on. I'll remind you guys tomorrow night when I'm on. So, as I always say, stay happy, but most importantly, stay high. Cheers, everyone. And you know what? This last one is for the CSP, Neil, everyone who supports the CSP and the movement going forward. So here we go. Cheers. Just gonna get rid of this here and get the resin off my lips. That wasn't any this time. All right. Cheers, everyone. There we go. Cheers. See you guys next week on Grow420. Next Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care. Peace.